Hey guys, it's Sanele here with Daniel. Today we're gonna be watching a video, Joshua Maponga on Africa and the Bible, Christianity, Western culture. So today we're gonna be watching this video. Maybe I'll let my colleague introduce himself after or what.
Hello everybody, it's Daniel, Godide. Yeah, so guys, we're very happy to be back, and I'm very interested in seeing what this video is about because it's the first time actually me seeing this video. Also guys, don't forget to like and comment and also subscribe on our channel. It is Believer's Viewpoint with Sanele, so please guys don't forget to hit that like button, and also we'd like to know what you think about whatever you see here and our opinions. So yeah, and I will also be launching my own channel too, so I'll be actually just giving sermons for free on YouTube. It will be called Free Gospel with Daniel Godide, so I'm also looking forward to that. So yeah.
Yeah, guys, I think we should now start with the video and listen to it because also it's the first time that I'm watching it. So we may just start now.
Do we as Africans think that by switching off the light of knowledge and information, continuous eating of these rotten apples will make them healthy? So in my own thing, guys, we may as well just switch on the lights while we are eating. When we notice what is rotten, that's my message for Africa. Keep the lights on while you are eating what you don't understand.
Oh, by the way, guys, as Joshua Maponga is speaking about the rotten apple, he is speaking about Christianity, because we'll see as we move on by the video, because he's speaking of Christianity. So he's saying the rotten apple is Christianity because he believes that it's a white man's religion. So let's continue with the video and hear what he says. Maybe you have something to say about that.
Yeah. There's a lot of stigma around Christianity in Africa, as it came with I think it was here and it was British. Yeah, with the British when they were coming to conquer Africa, I think. Yeah, so that's how Africa got to know of the Bible and everything. So there's that stigma around Christianity, but for me, I just like to actually outline the fact that when you are a person who actually reads the Bible, not only do you read but meditate deeply on it, you know there are actually things that you can see for yourself that is not actually a Western culture, but it actually speaks to everyone, regardless of your race, you know, or where you come from as a person, because when you look then the Bible, even Israel is in the same tectonic plates as Africa. So I can walk from here to Israel, but I can't walk from here to Europe. So that's also something we need to consider, you know, when this argument arises, you know. So yeah.
That's all for now.
All African, when you pick up the book, by the way, there's a chapter I put there for African names of God in the African space. And when you get to that chapter, you discover that African traditional religions are all monotheistic. Unkulunkulu, Umvelingangi, Mudimo, Ramasedi, Mngari, Gainyame, Onkopon, all those names. They don't talk of a plural God. When the white men found an African kneeling under a tree in prayer, they said he's worshipping a tree. There's no African religion that teaches Africans to worship their forefathers and their ancestors. Ancestors are a historical connecting cable to the creation that happened before we became.
Oh, I might as well just comments there on what he has said so far. Yeah, you can say that there are no Africans who worship trees, there are no Africans who worship their ancestors. But as in South Africa, here in South Africa, there are traditions that we do, that we say they are traditions, it's our costumes or whatever is other people say it is. But when they do those things, it's the same thing that it's like it's worship in another sense, because if you go speaking to a tree asking for prosperity or asking for a healing, maybe it's an emotional healing or mentally or physically, those things that you should be asking God for, you are asking the trees. That those things that you expect from your ancestors is the very same things that God says in the Bible that He will provide for us. So there are people who need guidance. They would go to Patla, we call it a Patla in Zulu. But when they go there, they ask their ancestors to do God's job to their lives. Like they believe that their ancestors are watching over them, guiding them, or protecting them from any sort of harm. It's either spiritual or physical. But also in the Bible, we find that it is God who is protecting us. It is God who is looking after us. It is God who provides for us as Christians. So the very same things that we ask our ancestors to do for us is the very same things that those people who say they are not worshiping their ancestors, they ask those things to their ancestors. So I think it's the very same thing as worship, because worship is not just singing in church, but worship is attributing the same respect that we should be attributing to God, to the ancestors. So I don't know if you have something to say about that. Or okay.
Therefore, I am Joshua, the son of Lazarus. Lazarus, who is the son of Marara. Marara, who is the son of Maponga. Maponga, who is the son of Munyuki. Munyuki, the son of Muchena. Muchena, the son of Nduma. Son of Nokwara. Son of Chapinduka. Son of Mwenemtapa. Son of Tobera. Son of Murenga. From the great kingdoms of Guruswa in Embo, the sons of Nangashe were in Ethiopia now. Who are the sons of Ham in your Bible? The sons of Cush, the sons of Adam, the sons of God. Now, when you understand that our ululations of our African genealogy is not worshipping ancestors, but recognizing those who were here before us, connecting us to the one who made us before we became. Then you say in African worships ancestors. There's no African religion, there's no African spirituality that teaches you to worship your forefathers. It simply says, call on them. And by the way, there's no African prayer that does not.
You said you've been in contact with about 5 or 6 extraterrestrial races.
Yes. Not end before you say, please
Right, guys.
tell the one who created you to deal with this problem. Therefore, it's what we call sacred history interpreted in European construct. When an African calls his forefathers, just like a Jew says God of Isaac, God of Jacob, God of Abraham, and etc. An African, and by the way, white people don't know the Bible. Well, they don't have ancestors, they don't have senems, they don't have totems. When they say Jesus of the tribe of Judah, they don't know whether the Jesus is Mtaung. So we cannot help them. Because even the construct of the text itself challenges their culture, which they don't have. When your brother dies, please go and marry the wife. A white man does not know how to do that. But in African, it's culture. When boys are of a certain age, please go and circumcise them. A white man does not know how to do that. A black man knows how to do it.
There is also one thing that I would like to mention before we move on with the video. As Joshua Maponga was saying that you should know your lineage, and the African people, when they say their surnames and the names of those who came before them, they are not worshipping. Yes, if you say the names of those who came before you, that's not worship. But we know what African people do to honor those people. They don't just call on their names, but there are rituals that has to take place when African people do these things. You can call on your father, you can call on anyone, you can call on any name. That's not worship, and it's not wrong in Christianity. But what is wrong is giving those ancestors the same respect, or the same, I don't know how to call it in the same honor you should be giving to God that and you'll give it to your ancestors. That is what I say is wrong in the Christian sense, not the calling of your forefathers' names and all. You can do that, and what he just said now, that's when even the in the Bible you'll find that there are people who calls on them like the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of what. When those people were saying that in the Bible, they were saying that because there were blessings and there were prophecies that came before, that people should have known. That's when Isaac, like Abraham, there was a prophecy and a blessing to his name. So when people call it, like when in the Bible they say in the God of Abraham, they are not only saying that they're like the African people as they named those who came before them. They are saying that's because of the blessing that was put in Abraham's seed, that his seed will. You remember that part in the Bible? You know?
Yeah, because yes, I do remember that passage in the Bible. It is very true that especially not just in Africa, but this specifically speaks to us as Zulus, because we are Zulus. He's a Zulu, so the Zulu nation basically from since they were known, they only as Zulus we only worshipped our ancestors, and that was the focal point and most um that's the focal point, and the focus was on ancestors. Sacrifices are made to our ancestors according to the Zulu culture. And once you start to be a Christian and you change and you no longer perform such rituals, and then it's very difficult, you find it very difficult to live amongst people who do that, because you are it seems as if maybe you are no longer like part of that culture. So they feel as if maybe you are just following white people's beliefs, and you're looking down upon them and the culture, which is highly impossible because you cannot look upon your own culture. It's just that the lights when revelation and everything comes to you, that's when you make the decision to change. And yeah, so here in our culture, it's very, very, very strongly believed that ancestors are basically the people that will guide you in life. They will provide for you in life. They are responsible for your success. Basically, they're responsible for even your health, everything. They play the part of God in a person's life. So that is something that was believed by our ancestors. Um, so it is something that is very deeply rooted and engraved in our souls as Zulus. But fortunately, because of God revealing Himself and Christ revealing Himself to some of us, so we then separate ourselves, and then we try to at our most to try to live with every person. Now, the wonderful thing about South Africa, especially here in KwaZulu Natal, is that you find many different religions. We have Muslims, You know, we also have Nazaretas, which is another story. Different belief, you know, different religions. So we learn to live with each other, and it is working quite fine as when I look at it. But yeah, talking about this in general, and I also don't agree with the facts that maybe white people have this belief, as Joshua Maponga says, that people like African people, they worship trees and stuff like this, and they worship um ancestors. I don't think it's every white person who has that mentality. You know, white people are also different in their own way. They have their own different opinions about different things. It's not like they have one brain, they share one brain. You know, I don't like it when people like they want to, you know, to 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 group people and then like that, because everyone is created differently. You can be wise and I can be wise, but still we are not the same person. We don't have the same brain, as we are also different in colors and in everything, because it can even be a white person and you have blue eyes. Find another white person, he has a different color of eyes, same as black people. So for me, I don't see people as like, I don't, that's not the first thing I see when I say a person. It's not the color, I say a person. So I think growing up in South Africa at this time, in time, I'm very fortunate to have grown up in this democratic South Africa, because I've learned a lot about different people and how to respect each other and how to live with them. Yeah.
Do that. Now, how can you wait for a white man to tell you what is in the text when the culture and the religion of the text is not European? 80% of the Bible is polygamy. The white man does not know that. He comes down with the monogamous concept on the end. Then we start teaching cheating and etc. on the left and create media around that. So let's not waste our time. What we now believe as Christianity, Mchana, is European culture. Hey, umntanami ngeke aphume lapha endlini engafakanga ingubo emhlophe. My daughter will not leave this house until she's putting on a white dress. Because the mother now thinks that a white wedding is superior to a black wedding or a cultural wedding. These are the realities we need to start talking about as Africans. That are we saying what we've accepted as Christianity is Christianity, or it is actually European culture? The nuance.
And also, this thing is talking about weddings. I don't believe that all us as Africans we do the same weddings. If the traditional weddings, because us as Zulus, we have our own traditional wedding, yes, and other people like many other tribes like Xhosa, Soto, and many other tribes here in Africa, they also have weddings which differ, which we do in different ways than other tribes. So I don't know which African wedding is he speaking about here, because yes, there is a white wedding which is a European, but I don't believe that it is wrong for a person to do a white wedding, as it is not wrong for a person to do a traditional Zulu wedding. So maybe some other people have that belief that if your child doesn't have a white wedding, there's a curse or something. But us as Christians, we don't. Me personally, as a Christian, I can have a Zulu traditional wedding, and there won't be any problem with that, because it doesn't. Yeah. There's no problem with that. Even in Christianity, I can do any wedding that suits my tribe. So there is nothing in the Bible that says I shouldn't do that. in the Bible you only find that a wedding must be between a male and a female, and it must be only two people in that wedding, which is a male and a female. Not the polygamy that is in the traditional Zulu wedding. Like you can have like 3 or 4 wives in a traditional Zulu wedding, but you can also have one wife, and yeah, you can also have one wife. That's enough. It differs from people, so I don't think that there's this one African traditional wedding, as there are many tribes in Africa. But maybe he'll state that which one is he speaking about. Maybe if you have something to add, or I must just continue with the video.
Yeah, I'm not a person to comment on weddings because I don't. Yeah. So yeah, but to know this thing, about traditional weddings and white weddings, that's what they even call it. They call it a white wedding. So for me, my viewpoint is a marriage is a agreement between a female and a male person, and then they go and make it in front of God. It doesn't have to be in a white dress. It doesn't have to be traditional. So as long as it's that, then it's a wedding to me. Yeah, that's my viewpoint. And I just wanted to also point out and exaggerate the fact that I do not agree at all with this person's viewpoint, because to me he comes across as very racist kind of person, and he is coming with his own opinions as maybe like they're facts. So, and he's very discriminative towards other races, which I don't like, because I wouldn't like people to be racist against me. So I don't like people. I don't like being racist to other people. That's just basically my rule of this racism thing. I don't like to be racist because I don't like people being racist to me. It's that simple. Yeah.
Ask me, and I'll tell you that 60 to 80% of Christian practices is European culture. A man who gives you herbs to drink is a witch. A man who aborts your wife and takes the fetus to make tablets and give you back to drink is a doctor. And your government says this is a witchcraft act. It's not witchcraft as a noun. It's witchcraft as a question. Witchcraft are you using?
Chapter 19. What if your office was a first-class seat that helped you pursue your passion as a pilot?
Yeah, what he said there, he said it, and then people laughed as if he was giving the meaning of the word, but he wasn't giving the meaning of the word witchcraft. He was saying that to make him sound. I know Joshua Maponga, he always likes to sound smart. So when he says witchcraft, the traditional healers, most of them know how to use mutis, which is medicine. We call it muti here in South Africa, which is medicine to like bewitch someone with that medicine. Those healers know how to do those such medicines, and they can do a lot of things that are believed to be witchcraft. Yeah, because they can curse a person, they can do all that. But which are the things that you cannot find like a pastor doing? But there are also fake pastors here who can do that. And I don't understand why Joshua Maponga is still calling himself bishop, because now I think that he has left Christianity, because he criticizes everything and says it's a white man's religion. Or I don't know why is he calling himself a bishop. But it still goes by Bishop Maponga. I think he should change that one. As we come to this part of the video, I believe we're going to be closing here. Maybe we'll continue on this video on another video, because now it's been so long. We don't want you to watch this video for a lot of time. So I'll be closing here. Please like and subscribe on this video, and also on the, and subscribe on this channel. Also remember, have you given your channels?
Oh yeah. So as I said in the beginning, I'll also be having a channel of my own where I'll be just giving out sermons for free. So that's why I call it the Free Gospel Daniel Godide. So it's for people, maybe if you don't have time to go to church, maybe you miss church, you can also just go on that channel and just have yourself a nice spiritual meal for yourself, which is free of charge. Because nowadays they have so many false teachers and what's so not. They are out there, and they were making money out of the gospel, which was taught by Jesus that should be given for free, because that's what he told Peter and his disciples, that you got this for free, so you're gonna give it for free. Whatever you get because of it is good, but you shouldn't go around preaching the gospel and then expecting like you are owed something by someone, you know. So, and the Bible also states that whoever works for God, God will be the person who pays him, you know. So I hope you guys enjoy the channel also, because it's going to be a very good channel, I have a feeling. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe on Believer's Viewpoint with Sanele. I'm always happy to be on this show.